And welcome back to another episode of The Junk Mail with myself and Dylnuz. And as always, Dill, you're going to tell us what's going on for today, mate.
Well, we've got founder of the mailbag, Choc Dylnuz. He's coming in and he's going to be covering off all the Derby Day stuff there on Saturday. And then we've also got a bit of a segment on some Aussies taking the piss in the NBA at the moment.
But first, I want to jump into Jackson Oldman's tips from last week. And if you watched the show, you would have seen his tips. I think it was on Friday at Echuca on race 3. He had Costaway at $21 on Friday. That was amazing. Yeah. He had Mooney Valley on Friday as well. Jonker in the Manicato Stakes as well, killed that. And on Saturday at Mooney Valley, race 6, Just Folk at $26. I actually got on that one early as well. But it was a grouse week to get on the mailbag with their free trial because I don't know about you, but I won like a lot of money and I was fucking wrapped because that's what gambling's about.
We don't want to discuss. We don't want to discuss exactly how much Choc has in his bank account at the moment. It could be 150 grand, could be $150. We're not going to talk about it.
Well, I didn't have to pay for a roll, like a little barman roll the other week, and they're like $12.50, and I was wrapped. So when I say like I won a lot of money, you know, a lot of money to me is like, you know, $20, $25. Yeah. So either way, winning's winning. So
just to give a bit of a score update, October so far for the boys, they've finished. Well, it's not even over yet. It's 55.86 units up. So to give a bit of layman's terms for everyone that isn't a punter out there, that's $5,586 for someone that's an $100 unit punter. So some big money there to be made if you're willing to have a bit of a crack with the boys. But some more Australians that are absolutely taking this at the moment. We've got Aussie rookie, Josh Giddens. He actually hit 19 in his second game and he had 8 rebounds, 7 assists and 4 steals in that game. The baggy intern actually chucked him down for his best bets on his blog the other week as rookie of the year and he got him at $19. So this is why that you shouldn't be missing any of that content.
Look, he hit 19 in his second game and was paying $19 to be rookie of the year. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there's something in that. There's something going on with that man. 9/11. Don't trust America.
9/11 times a thousand.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But also we've got Paddy Mills, who I don't know if you've been living under a rock this week, but the man, he broke the 3-point shooting streak record.
This week. Oh, this week I lived under a rock. But
yeah. But like other weeks, like I live like, you know, in a townhouse, for example. As well.
Oh yeah, just it's a week by week thing for me. You know, some weeks I'm doing well.
It's a luxury glamping rock. You know what I mean? They're actually really like popular at the moment.
Oh, it's not your your run of the mill shit rock. Like if you're gonna live under a rock, it's gonna be good.
Anyway, so if you've been living under a rock with the bar fridge, you probably haven't realised that Paddy Mills has broken the 3-point record. He's hit 10 from 10 attempts from 3. We're going to be playing a couple of highlights over the top of us, so I hope you've enjoyed that. We've got.
Can I do a little intro? Can I do a little intro for Dicko?
You do the intro to Choc Dylnuz.
And now we're going live, also pre-recorded to our boss, Choc Dylnuz, the CEO of the mailbag. Drum roll. Oh man, that's a bad intro.
Obviously, a big week last week for yourself and Jacko. What was one of your favourite tips? We've already spoken a little bit about how bananas you went last week. So
yeah, Jacko is dominating, but Jacko and I are a team. Jack and I are actually operating now together, dominating again. We're going to win at Bendigo. We won yesterday. We're betting Warrnambool. Took a big price about a horse and absolutely belted it. The horse that beat it last start just won at Bendigo, so it's going to start even shorter again. We're airborne. There's a free trial that Dylan's organising. Unless you hate cash, go to themailbag.com.au and let me help you gamble and win.
Obviously, the star of the show at the moment is Jacko. What do you reckon his favourite, your favourite trait of him in his betting these days is?
The tantrums. I love his tantrums. It reminds me of myself when I was younger. If you compare his mindset today, say to last Wednesday, the only difference is that we're winning today. Last Wednesday was one of the rare days that we lost. And he threw all the toys right out of the cot. You know, I had to pick them up. When he left, they were everywhere, all over my shed, garage, our office, mailbag HQ, which is why I've got to wear sunglasses still, because it's just surrounded. There are 5 enormous. We've got 3 55ers and 2 65ers. So the glare's enormous. Sometimes by the end of the day, I need sunglasses on just to keep up with it all. It's enormous.
All right, well, let's move on to the big races. We've got Derby Day on Saturday. I've heard you've got one for us, mate.
Well, I don't know which one have I fed Choc.
I don't know. No, we haven't got a tip. We haven't got a tip. So this is an exclusive at the moment. This is an exclusive.
Okay, race 4, number 2. Race 4, number 2, Kenmore Passer. It's about $3.90 at the moment. We'll send it before you post this. Probably be $3.50, maybe $3 when it jumps. If your cheeks don't quiver a little bit when the gates open, you haven't had enough on.
And the main race, what's your thoughts on that at the moment?
Gunstock is in the Derby, so the Derby's a 3-year-old staying test. So many of these horses, all these horses haven't been this far in a race before. It's 2,500 metres. This race can throw up awful results, but I think the most likely winner of the race is Gunstock.
Yep.
Horse we've had a bit of success with, Dill, as you know. It's drawn to get a tricky sort of run, probably has to go right back for last, but the most dynamic horse doesn't win this race always. It's just the horse that can stay. You've got to be able to stay. So, I think Gunstock wins. I don't know if we take the price. I haven't backed it to win the Derby at the current prices. But right now, $4 with a wide draw, we might see it drift, and you can probably get a better price later on.
Something that comes through late in the mail. So if you want to be updated with that type of information, you've got to be jumping on that trial, or you've got to be buying one of the boys' packages. Thanks so much, Dicko. We've got Choc's favourite segment. What have you got for us?
Basically, I've got this guy at work that loves the show, loves the show, and he's one of 6 people that watch it. But and he loves me for some reason. He thinks I'm extremely funny. Is his words, which I don't know why. But he's always constantly trying to tell me jokes and give me jokes. And like, oh, I've got some ideas for you. And why don't you try this? Have you ever tried pranking people? Oh, pranking people's fun. No, he had a bunch of jokes for me, and I've been getting sick of them because a lot of them are dad jokes. But he had a really funny one today that I thought I would share, and you might get a kick out of this. Still, might be very relatable. But what did he say? He goes, oh, I went to Weight Watchers the other day, and I said, oh, can you help me? Can you help me? And they said, yeah, sure. Just stop.
I love when you can't even get.
Oh my God, I can't. It's so terrible. Oh, they go, yeah, sure, we can help. We can help you. Just stop eating things fatty. And we're like, like pies, sausage rolls, that type of thing. And they go, no, stop eating things fatty. Oh, it's so bad, man, but it's so good. I've been saying it all day, and I can't get through it.
I've actually got this really short joke, so it won't take too long. I promise. It's
yeah. Oh, that's not a good start. That is not a good start.
Me, I'm notoriously take long with jokes and long with explaining things,
and stories in everyday life sentences.
Yeah, just every kind of thing that I'm like discussing and having a conversation about. You know what I mean? So I was sitting there one day, and I was with my boss, and Tom Cruise came on the TV, and I was like, oh, by the way, I actually know Tom Cruise, and he's like, no way, man. He's like, I'm like, well, I'll just take it to LA. It'd be so easy. We'll just knock on his door, and I'll prove it to you that I know Tom, first name basis. And so we roll through, and we get up to his door, knock on his door, and he's like, Dill, how you going, mate? Come in, like, have a beer. And then my boss is like, no way, you know Tom Cruise. That was just luck. And I was like, oh, like let's just like go past the White House. This was back in the day when Barack Obama was in office. I was like, we'll just go and have a chat with him. Like I know him as well. So when we're out the front,
with who? Who you having a chat with?
Yeah, first name basis, Barack.
Barack, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you said. That's what I thought you said. First name.
So I was like, we're out the front, like obviously heavily guarded, the White House, and like I'm like walking around the front as I always do, because like always there and that. And then like Barack just like, he's like, Dill, what's happening? And he's like, come in. He's like, come in. And he's like, just opens up the gates, like security just like part. And then like my boss is just losing it. He's like, no way, you know Barack Obama and you know Tom Cruise. I was like, well, like who else do you want me to prove like that I know? And he's like, well, as if that you like know the Pope or something. And I was like, funny thing about that, I actually know the Pope. And he's like, no way. So I was like, well, I'll just take you to the Vatican and we'll just go and catch up with him. And he's like, sweet. By this way, we've also like up about like $5,000 worth of flights at this stage. But like, you know, to prove a point, you go the extra mile. You know,
you have to.
So then we've rolled up to the Vatican. I've picked the wrong day. I've gone the one where there's like the Sunday service. There's about like there's thousands and thousands of people out the front, and like the Pope's just about to come out up the top and give his kind of like speech and stuff. Whatever he does on the Sunday, I don't really like. I know him, but I just don't really know what exactly he does. You know what I mean?
It's a work-related thing. It's work. We're more of a friendship.
Exactly right. Yeah. So then at this stage, like I'm parked out the front with my boss, and I was like, "Geez, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get this bloke's attention." Like, good mates with him, but still, there's hundreds of people. He can't just sense that I'm there. So, like, I just roll into the front, knock on the door. I was like, "Boss, man, you stay here in the crowd. I'll just roll up to the top, and I'll come out with the Pope, and then like, obviously prove that." I'm mates with him. Yeah. And then the Pope comes out and he's like, "Oh, Dill's not there." And then 5 seconds later, I come out the front and he's like, "No fucking way, he knows the Pope." And then so I've proved to him, I give him a good wave and he's just like shocked. And then I roll back down the bottom and I was trying to look for him and he's on the ground. Like he's just had a heart attack. And he's come to after that. And he goes, "Dill," he goes, "I just couldn't." He goes, my heart just gave out." I was like, what happened? He goes, "Well, the bloke next to me just, like, as you both walked out, just goes, 'Who the fuck's the bloke standing next to Dill?'"